JD Vance just failed his biggest test. And not because Democrats said so, not because liberals are looking for a reason to attack him. I watched Ben Shapiro's show yesterday, and his whole show's point was this: JD Vance looked outclassed, outmaneuvered, and unprepared in Switzerland. And that matters because Vance was representing the United States, the most powerful country in the world. And if you want to be president in 2028, you cannot walk onto the world stage and look like the junior man in the room. But that's exactly how Vance looked yesterday. This was supposed to be his big diplomatic moment. Trump made him the face of the Iran talks, not Marco Rubio, not the State Department, but JD Vance. That means this was more than foreign policy. This was an audition, and it went badly. The images out of Switzerland were embarrassing. Vance was there waiting, his first big mistake. The representative from the United States, the world's largest power, should never be seen hanging around waiting. He should be the last to enter the room and look and project the seriousness his role should project. When the Iranian foreign minister came into the room, he did not even acknowledge Vance's presence. No handshake, no warm breathing, no acknowledgement at all that Vance was even there. It left Vance looking like a recent college grad assisting the CEO for the summer. Certainly not the vice president of the United States. So embarrassing. The Iranians came in, exchanged hugs with the Pakistanis, turned around and walked out. They wanted to make a point in response to Trump's threats that he just made moments before. That's not a small thing. In diplomacy, the visuals matter. Who waits, who enters, who gets greeted, and who gets ignored all matter. And Vance looked like someone who did not understand the stage he was standing on. Then came the Qatari representative. He walked in and warmly greeted the Pakistani intermediaries, the Prime Minister, Sharif, and Field Marshal Azim Munir, with hugs and kisses. Now, maybe he and Vance had already greeted each other earlier. We don't know that. But in this scene, on this video, Vance looked completely ignored, almost like furniture in the room. This is amateur hour. Not because JD Vance is stupid. He's not. But he looked inexperienced. He looked green. He looked like someone who had not learned that diplomacy is theater and power has to be projected before a single word is even spoken. The United States should never look like it's waiting to be recognized. The American vice president should not look like he's hoping for a handshake. The American vice president should not look like the meeting is happening around him. But that's what happened. And this is why Shapiro's reaction matters. Shapiro is not some left-wing critic looking for a reason to attack JD Vance. He speaks to the exact conservative audience Vance needs if he wants to be the Republican nominee in 2028. And if Shapiro was looking at this and saying Vance looked weak, then Vance has a real problem. Because the whole argument for JD Vance is that he's supposed to be the future of the Trump movement. But in Switzerland, he did not look like the future. He looked like a rookie. This is especially damaging because Vance has already become the public face of this Iranian agreement. Trump gets to stand back and say he made a deal. Rubio gets to stay quiet. But Vance is out front, defending it, selling it, and taking the heat. He's the one warning Israel not to fight Trump on the deal, risking the support of the pro-Israel lobby when he may need it the most in 2028. He is the one telling people progress is being made and trying to make this look like serious diplomacy. But if the deal fails, Vance is also the one attached to the failure. And that is the trap. If this works, Trump takes the credit. If it fails, Vance becomes the face of the embarrassment. And right now, the optics are already very bad. The Iranian deal may or may not survive. That's a separate question. But the political damage to JD Vance may already be happening because presidential candidates do not only lose support because of policy. They lose it when people start seeing them differently, when they no longer look strong or ready for the job. That's what Switzerland may have done for Vance. It did not just raise questions about the Iranian deal, it raised questions about JD Vance himself. Is Vance ready to be president? Can he sit across from hostile governments and command a room that is testing him? Because that is the job. It's not enough to give speeches. At some point, you have to walk into a room with powerful people who are testing you. And in Switzerland, JD Vance was tested and failed. That's the real story. Trump may have given Vance a platform, but Switzerland may have shown the world that Vance is not ready for the stage. And if Vance wants to be president in 2028, that's a serious problem. JD Vance wanted Switzerland to make him look like the future. Instead, it made him look unprepared. Thank you for watching. I'd like to ask you a favor to please like this video, make a comment below, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue to grow. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.